Can somebody press record?
Hey everybody, I just had a couple of videos that I just wanted to bring some awareness to and just bring it out into the light. As we all know, there is a lot of crazy stuff happening in this world today. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below. If you would like to donate, you can donate to Chicago Love 2019. That's Cash App. My PayPal is Chicago Love 2020. Thank you. Now here we go to the video.
That old thing back. Don't you want that old thing back?
Bring it back, give me that sugar. I want that sugar. Give me that sugar. That sugar. See, I'm run nothing for then, but I'm missing that. That sugar. That sugar wooga. That sugar wooga. Boy, give me that sugar wooga. That sugar.
Why's you playing? You know we look good together. Everybody wanna see us all happy.
Verse 2.
Why's you playing? You know we look good together. Everybody wanna see us all happy.
Verse 2. Remember you and me making love all night.
In Houston, Texas, Southwest officers are at the 4800 Ravens Ridge. Officers received a report of a male in his briefs running down the street yelling that he had been kidnapped. The male advised that 30 more people were being held hostage in the house. The caller said he was kidnapped in Houston by a person armed with a revolver. One person has been detained at the scene. It is believed those arrested could be coyotes, people hired to smuggle people into the country. But when you really think about it, how can they be coyotes if all these people were smuggled into this one house? They didn't have on clothes. One guy inside the house actually said that he was brought out here for a job.
We also spoke with a woman who showed up to the scene saying one of the victims may be her cousin she'd lost contact with for 2 months.
I hope that God has saved him, and that's why I came all the way over here.
The victims described by investigators as being from Mexico, El Salvador, and Cuba and Honduras are said to have been snatched from the city of Brownsville, around 350 miles away, up to a week ago. So far, only one man is reported to sustain minor injuries from falling through the attic and was taken to the hospital. How the police was able to tell the traffickers from the people that was being trafficked is what they think the suspects did was undress and hide among the other people, and so they pulled out the ones that looked clean and still had on jewelry. The police said most people were dirty and they didn't have on jewelry, so the few people that did, they pulled out and put to the side. One neighbor said he had seen who he believes to be the home's occupant come in and out multiple times, often getting into a gray truck still parked on the scene. He just seemed like a normal person. Normal dude, normal clothes, nothing seemed particular about him. But the crazy part is this case reminds me of a case from 2014 in March, when Houston police uncovered a grim building covered in human waste and packed with 115 people held hostage. The Houston police only uncovered the tip after a worried grandmother who reached out to them, contacted by a smuggler who was demanding $13,000 in order to transport her daughter and her 2 younger grandchildren to Chicago, which was a trip that the woman said her daughter had already paid the smugglers $15,000 to facilitate. Pay the ransom is what the grandmother was told, or the smugglers would have made her family disappear. And when the 24-year-old and her children didn't show up at the prescribed meeting place, the grandmother tip brought the police to the Pearland area home. Neighbors told the police that they had no inkling of what was going on inside. It didn't take long for police to figure it out. One set of officers stopped a Ford Mustang that was exiting the property and noticed a black semi-automatic handgun protruding from beneath the front passenger seat. Other officers saw 3 men jump a fence and flee. Still, a third group observed men wearing only underwear inside and called the Department of Homeland Security. The reason they didn't have clothes on is because the smugglers locked up their hostages' clothes and shoes to make fleeing difficult. They had deadlock bolts on the doors. They boarded up the windows. They had a wooden paddle, a stun gun, and firearms. Those that were held there were there for at least 6 weeks. And like I said, that's from 2014. So this has been happening for a long time now, you guys. This is not nothing new. And it just came out that the young lady that was looking for her cousin actually found her cousin. He was actually one of the people that was held up inside of the house. And they just released video of one of the guys, well, the guy that they seen running outside in his underwear, flagging down the police. Here goes. Now, this same young lady from before, her cousin was locked actually in there and he was found. They paid $11,000 for him to be smuggled into the U.S.
You don't know, like, if they getting threatened or they getting hit.
My cousin called me from Mexico telling me that he was in the scene yesterday and he was sent back. I don't care about the money. I just care that he's alive.
Thank God that she was able to find her cousin, and let me know what you guys think about that crazy story. Also, on another story, a 41-year-old man has been freed after being locked up for 28 years. He had no teeth and could barely walk. The 41-year-old man was heavily malnourished with painful sores and open wounds across his legs. The Swedish media was told that the man struggled to walk and talk when medics found him in a flat in Stockholm. His mother, a 70-year-old woman, has been arrested in Sweden's capital on suspicion of holding her son captive at home for up to 3 decades. A suspicious relative gained access to the apartment on Sunday and found the man in a wounded state. A relative who found him said the man was discovered lying on a blanket on the floor, toothless, unable to speak, and covered in sores and injuries. He was taken to the hospital and required surgery. He is now in the hospital. A local newspaper and others has said that he was taken out of school at the age of 12. He was found next to 2 almanacs from 1995 and 1996 on the wall in the apartment, packed with clutter. The hospital contacted police, who arrested the mom. They have cordoned off the flat in the south of Stockholm while investigators collect evidence at the scene. The mother is denying charges of false imprisonment and grievous bodily harm. There was no explanation as to why her son has been held that way, but sources say that the mom was very overprotective of her son, and this came from a family incident that occurred in the past. The female relative who found the man said the scene she came across was like a horror movie, with urine, dirt, and dust, and a rotten smell. She said the apartment was so messy that there were only small passages to move through. He was laying on a blanket on the floor. She said that she had for several years suspected that the man was being held in the flat and decided to explore the flat when she heard that the 70-year-old was in the hospital. She said that the home cannot have been cleaned for many years. There was complete silence apart from a big old TV which had been left on. It was then that she heard a noise from a dark corner of the kitchen. She first noticed his legs. They looked horrific. Everything up to his knees were just sores and open wounds. A part of the calf was black and there were puddles of pus underneath him, she added. He struggled to speak. I hadn't seen him for over 20 years, but when our eyes met, he whispered my name over and over. The neighbors reported that the woman would stop to talk, but would change the subject when asked about her son, only responding that he was fine. The family member says she last encountered the pair 20 years ago and was unnerved by the mother-son relationship she saw. She said the mother answered questions for her son, and the son appeared nervous in public, and they both eventually ran away from the outdoor encounter and never was seen again. The 70-year-old mother suspected of first imprisoning her child when he was about 13. He was taken out of school when he was in 7th grade, from what the relative told the news. The relative who found him also told the news, "I'm in shock, brokenhearted, but at the same time, relieved. I've been waiting for this day for 20 years because I figured out that she was totally controlling his life." but I never imagined the extent of it. The mother was able to manipulate society all these years. It's horrible that he has been deprived of his entire life. And that is messed up. She said he spoke very fast and a little incoherently, but he was not afraid of her. Alright, that is a crazy story. Last I heard, they are going to court and he is talking, so we'll see.
Yeah, day my birthday. Got drip for the hoes, that's Thursday. Ain't shit for a bitch, I'm worthy. Get hat on, got no worries. Got ice cream, no McFlurry.
Hey you guys, check them out. They have a biker short set. It's currently marked down. It's metallic, neon, long sleeve, crop top, and matching biker shorts. They have a lot of nice, cute little outfits. Go and check them out.
Smoking out the pack, these runs got me smacked. Think it's that, won't call, get you whacked. On point like a tag, bitch, I don't play. No, this hustle gon' pay. Oh, feel like I'm gon' take. Oh, fan ball like it's play. Oh, 3 wheels finna face. Oh, dog shit like I'm Nate. Dog, 3 strikes, then you gon' shit. You get 1 strike, fuck a baseball. Running through them bands, huh? Counting up them bands, huh? I cannot pretend with you, I am not your friend, huh? If you ain't put in, huh? Then you get no ends, huh? Ball and break the rim, swerving potholes, watch the rims, huh? When I walk in, hit the kill switch. Sting these hoes, I'm an ill fish. Ain't good with no meal tick. Gotta come up like real quick. Do you feel this? Do you hear this, little bitch? Huh? No games, huh? No switching, no change, huh? Stay flyer than planes, huh? My drip leave a stain, huh? You can't get it out. Ooh, I'm up, I get it now. Ooh, what's that? Just spit it out. Ooh, you dry, you sit it out. Running through them bands, huh? Counting up them bands, huh? I cannot pretend with you, I am not your friend, huh? If you ain't put in, huh? Then you get no ends, huh? Ball and break the rim, swerving potholes, watch the rims, huh? No games, huh? No switching, no change, huh? Stay flyer than planes, huh? My drip leave a stain, huh? You can't get it out. Ooh, I'm up, I get it now. Ooh, what's that? Just spit it out. Ooh, you dry, you sit it out. Running through them bands, huh? Counting up them bands, huh? I cannot pretend with you, I am not your friend, huh? If you ain't put in, huh? Then you
Picture you and me in the whole bedroom while I'm laying under you. I want that whole thing back. Don't you want that whole thing back? I know you're in a relationship, but I don't give a fuck. 'Cause I want that whole thing back. Don't you want that whole thing back?
Bring it back, give me that sugar. I want that sugar. Give me that sugar. That ooh. I want that sugar. Give me that sugar. That ooh. I want that sugar. That sugar, sugar. Boy, give me that sugar, sugar. That sugar. Ooh. Give me that sugar. Say, give me that sugar. See, I'm run nothing but I'm missing that. That sugar, sugar. That ooh. That sugar, wooga. That sugar, wooga. Boy, give me that sugar, wooga. That sugar, ooh.
Why's you playing? You know we look good together. Everybody wanna see us all happy.
Verse 2. Remember you and me making love all night. Coming back for that round 2. I want those moments back. Don't you want those moments back?
Separation is killing me. Boy, I need you next to me. I want those moments back. Boy, I need your loving back.
Bring it back, give me that sugar. I want that sugar.